Hello. Today is Friday, January 30th. We finally made it to the end of the week. Thanks for joining us for Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Lana Pigao, Communications Director at Northwest College. And here's some information of where you can find us. We are on the Houston City College District Facebook page. Do not put in HCC, it'll take you somewhere else. And we're on the Houston City College District YouTube as well. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Well, today is Film Friday. We'll dive into the inspiration behind student film projects featured in last semester's Media Arts Showcase. The showcase was especially meaningful as it marked the first time students competed for category awards, celebrating their creativity and the hard work behind each film. So in about 10 minutes, I'll be talking with Manuel Morales and Alex Garcia, students in HCC's Filmmaking Program and winners of the Media Arts Showcase. They'll be giving us an inside look at their creative process that's behind their short film Break Even. But first, we are joined by Martha Ventura. She's a current student in the filmmaking program and second runner-up in the Media Arts Showcase. She will tell us how she navigated the degree program and how hands-on learning helped shape her film, The Taking. Hi, Martha. Welcome back to the show.
Yes, hi.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Great. Well, why don't you start off by telling us about your overall experience as a student in the HCC filmmaking program and how it shaped you as a filmmaker so far?
Definitely. So the ACC filmmaking program has been really monumental to my learning and the work that I've put forward. It has allowed me to actually get my hand on equipment, which is usually rare. Uh, Especially because we're dealing with thousands of dollars of just equipment. So I think being able to be hands-on is definitely something that has helped me a lot. And I think that throughout my experience at HCC, I've learned to become a team player and listen to everybody's ideas. And I definitely am grateful for that opportunity here.
You mentioned the expensive equipment. So my question is, is the first thing they teach you is how to use the equipment?
Yes, definitely. They do a very good job at teaching us how to work with equipment. At least for me, I knew that I wanted to come into filmmaking, but I think the extent of the gear that I had was my phone, which everybody has access to. So they definitely show you how to use the cameras, how to do lighting, everything that you may possibly need to get started. They definitely teach you.
Great. Well, what was your directing and writing process like for this project? And how did you balance that creative vision with the practical demands of the production?
Definitely. I love to write and I love to direct. However, writing is something that I've done, but I haven't done much directing. My experience was very team oriented. There are times when you come with ideas, but they are shaped based on the conversations and notes that you are given. Not everything that I put on paper in my first, second, or even third draft ended up in the final product. One thing that I had to realize is that I know that as a director, you don't know everything. There's other practical things that have to be brought to you. You have a vision and you want to be as truthful to that vision, but with the help around you, you are able to create it. I had some ideas on what I wanted my project to look like. However, whenever we got to location, the location kind of looked different than what I had imagined. So we definitely have conversations, talk with the people that are working in certain sections, and then we regroup and say, okay, this is what we can do.
Well, tell us about The Taking. What inspired the story behind your short film, and how did that initial idea evolve into the final film we see today?
Definitely. So The Taking is a kidnapping thriller short film. The idea came thanks to our lighting class. So whenever we were in lighting class, learning how to light up sets, put up flags, all that kind of fun stuff, we knew that our final project had to involve certain elements. So we had to have a moving vehicle, we had to have a Barbie, and then we had to use latex gloves and maybe my head is dark, but the first thing that I thought was a kidnapping. And so I knew that that was the foundation for my idea. And I really enjoy telling stories with parent child dynamics. And so I think that kind of influenced the route that this short film took.
Yeah, you alluded to some of the producing process, but tell us, what was your directing and writing process like for this project, and how did you balance that creative vision with that kind of practical demands of production? You'd mentioned when you got there, the scenery didn't really turn out to be what your vision was. So how did you deal with all of that?
Yeah, so I think that a lot of filmmaking is conversation and team playing. I definitely know that there are questions that I will always know how to solve. However, definitely relying on my team, the cast, and the crew especially, is so important. There are people that I worked with that I'm still working with currently that had more experience than I did. So knowing that I could ask questions and they could also ask me questions definitely helped. Uh, a lot of directing and filmmaking is on set answers. You can't prepare for everything, but knowing that you're doing the best to prepare is definitely very important. I think for my writing process, I am the kind that will put everything on paper. I want that idea down as messy as it can be, and then I start rewriting or removing or adding stuff so it can be coherent. The directing process, once again, I don't have that much experience. However, I definitely was able to rely on my cinematographer, the producers, because they could make up for what I may lack.
So tell us, how did that hands-on learning aspect of the HCC filmmaking program help you navigate these challenges during production?
Definitely. So we have amazing teachers at HCC, especially in the film department. They have had experience doing filmmaking. And so I think knowing that we have them to reach out to and their knowledge definitely helped. I think being hands on, I didn't have to struggle with as much as I thought I would, setting up cameras, setting up lights, sound. I kind of have to make that the I live, eat, and breathe filmmaking. And thanks to the hands on experience and the knowledgeable professors that we have, I was able to either rely on them, ask them questions, or I could even take out my notes or look at other information that we have received and then go from there.
So tell me, how did it feel for you to have your film screened at the Media Arts Showcase? That's not something, is it something that you go ahead and you submit your film, or does one of your professors submit it? And how did it feel to be recognized as one of the event winners?
Yes, so the Media Arts Showcase, we definitely do submit our projects. Although I did write and direct, I wasn't the person that submitted it. Sometimes it can be submitted by professors, but uh, our classmates also definitely help. I always knew that I wanted to work in filmmaking. I love telling stories. I believe that there are so many stories worth telling, and I feel like I have a vision and I definitely have the passion to tell the stories. However, uh, seeing or imagining something isn't the same as actually living it. And so I know that I'm this very confident speaker. I'm very excited, very passionate, very driven. But actually having to be seen and show my work, I feel that everybody has that fear of rejection. And to know that it was received so well and people liked the vision and the work that we put on screen definitely feels very exciting. It does make me a little nervous, but it makes me feel very excited that this is something that I want to keep pursuing. And knowing that my peers were there, people that I'm also learning from, is just an amazing experience.
Well, tell us, what projects are you currently working on or developing next, and how do you see them building on what you learned from the taking?
Yes. So actually, I'm very excited to be taking my directing class this year with Jenny Waldo. I have learned so much from her, and because I'm taking directing, I will be directing two projects. One is solo character, and the other is something that I'll get to more at the end of the semester. However, I am already writing some ideas. I think that working on newer projects with the information and the knowledge that I gathered from the taking is very important because I actually now have this on-set experience, and it will help me take those roles of directing, but also behind the scenes and just creating and developing more of my vision.
Is there a genre of filmmaking that you'd like to make that might be different from The Taking? Maybe a comedy, rom-com? What do you see one of your next projects looking like?
Yeah, so I'm a huge reader and I definitely love philosophical fiction. So, although The Taking was a thriller, I see myself pursuing drama or comedies. I feel like you can find a lot of comedy in those very dark or serious topics.
Great. Well, thank you, Martha Ventura. We'll share your information in our post after the show, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And up next, after a commercial break, I'll talk with Manuel Morales and Alex Garcia.
For over 50 years, HCC has been here for you. Affordable, accessible, focused on your success. This is your college, growing, evolving, expanding with you. More bachelor's degrees, stronger workforce training, online learning with global reach. A new name, the same mission, bigger vision. Houston City College, local focus, global reach. Register now at hccs.edu.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
Welcome back. We are moving on to the second portion of our show with Manuel Morales and Alex Garcia. They are HCC filmmaking students and winners of the Fall 2025 Media Arts Showcase. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Well, tell us about your film, Break Even. What's it about?
Best way to explain it, Uno and gambling.
Oh,
Best way to.
The first time I was in Europe, I played Uno across Europe because we were in a van and we just sat there playing Uno constantly. And I had to teach people how to play Uno. And then we got very competitive. So that's really, really cool. I've got to make sure I see your film. Well, walk us through the development of Break Even, Alex, and starting with the writing process and how your story first came together.
So Manuel and I had a lighting course over the summer with Professor Richard Boyd, and we for our final assignment we had to create a story of any type, but we had a list of items that we have to basically check off, and so many of these items were kind of absurd, like a Barbie doll, a glove, purple clothing, and we were just thinking, what is the best way to highlight all of these items, and the idea that floated around because Manuel and I are gamblers, I would say, was to have somebody gamble away these items and, just kind of pull these out of a hat almost.
Oh, that's funny.
And it just basically started from there, and it eventually turned into Break Even.
Oh, wow. So, Manuel, as Alex said, it originated as an assignment in the lighting for video class. So how did the technical goals of that class influence your creative decisions and overall visual tone for the film?
So a lot of the items we had were very colorful. That was the main thing. Like we had a purple grimace, I believe, at one point. We had like a bouquet of Lego flowers. So as far as lighting went, we really wanted high contrast just to show off all those colors. And they were encased in this kind of like small. It was supposed to be a casino room, so we wanted it to be really dark as well, while still having the colorful aspects. And at the end, at some point, they eventually leave, and you see it's sunrise, time has passed. So that was another thing we wanted to highlight, how much time had passed. So those were kind of some of the lighting aspects that we took into account. Our main thing was just showing as many items as possible, just to kind of show the story-wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we.
I like that idea of having sunlight in the daytime, because when you're gambling, you
There's
have
no-
no
oh,
idea.
yeah.
You have no idea what time of day it is.
Yeah.
Especially if you're at a casino, there's no clocks
Nothing.
around.
No.
Yeah. Well, how did you approach casting for the film, Alex? And what were you looking for in the actors to bring to these characters to life?
So, as far as casting goes, we knew plenty of actors in the area. I knew I wanted Spencer James Chapman, who plays the protagonist of Gambler Joe. And I told him about it, and his kind of humor was very in line. And I think what sold him on it, on how to be the character, I just told him, you're playing a video game, let's say Fortnite, and you can't end on a loss. That's your character. And he's like, I understand that. I would love to play that. And of course, we hit up Juan Espinosa and Delaney Miller, and they were on board with the project. They understood it. And I think, with the direction Manuel took them in, they really brought those characters to where they needed to be. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. So Manuel, what was the filming process like from day to day on the set? Can you talk about your challenges that you faced during the production and any moments that really stood out, or changed the way you were approaching the filmmaking?
The very first problem we had was our location. We initially had set out for one that had a really nice just background. When we were looking at the pictures, I had an idea of how we were going to film it. But when we arrived, it had been vandalized.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, the restroom had been just essentially just vandalized. It was really bad. So we had to go to a second location really quickly that first day. But as soon as we got to the next location, it was also suitable. So we set up, we did everything. We shot really well. We were really efficient with our time, just because we had lost so much time at the beginning. Um, and as far as on set, it was just really fun energy. Everybody really wanted to be there, so that helped with any issues that we faced. It was very open to how we approach things. So I really like being on set with that. I don't know if Alex had
I
any
would
other thoughts.
say, yeah, a lot of our crew, it was definitely the vibe of, everybody wants to be here. We were there early in the mornings and we kind of left pretty late, but it never felt like, oh my God, this day is dragging. And we just kept having fun with it, for sure. As we said, like the whole items aspect of it all as he's gambling, that was shot in one big montage, and I can tell like the energy with everybody in the room was very fun there. So everybody was able to have fun, and because of our assistant director as well, Jessica Angulo, she kept us pretty much in line, so where we could have fun but also accomplish something.
Well, that sounds like a professional set.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really does. Not student filmmaking. So what motivated you all to submit Break Even to the Mistakes Club and the HCC Media Arts Showcase?
I remember talking about it with Alex whenever we finished and presented it to class that me and Alex have worked on a lot of projects together, and we just never had one that we actually submitted or wanted to showcase. So I was like, this might be the one. And so Alex's approach was, let's just submit it to as many festivals as possible, and we'll hit one eventually, right? And so we got Mistakes, we got the honorable mention showcase, and yeah, that kind of motivated us, and we're just really excited to have it showcased.
That's great. So what was that experience like from submission? Like, oh, I guess we'll just go ahead and send it in, to actually seeing it on screen in front of an audience?
One of the things that, I kept talking about, because I was kind of anxious before. I'm like, do you think like people are gonna, laugh at this? So I was thinking about that the entire time, because initially we showed it, it was our final for lighting, and it got a few laughs out of people, because, there was a lot of our classmates and such. But afterwards, I was like, will this get laughs out of anybody in like, a theater environment, as like the Mistakes one or the honorable mention showcase was. So it was a bit nerve-wracking for me, to say the least. But once I got the notification that Break Even has been selected for Mistakes, I was very excited, and it was amazing to like hear, a crowd full of people just laughing at,
Right.
something.
The moments. that you
Yeah.
want them to laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
that's great.
For me, it was mainly just actually seeing it on a big screen. You know, a lot of people talk about, well, now you have streaming and now you can watch things on your phone, but it's never the same as watching it on a
Right.
big screen,
Right.
seeing all the colors, all the sounds that you work so hard on. And like Alex said, it being in an environment where people can laugh at it and enjoy it all together just really brought it all
Right.
together.
Well, films are made to be on the big screen,
Mhm.
not
Yes.
on your phone.
No,
So I
yeah,
bet
yeah.
that was really cool. So now after the success of Break Even, what are your plans for the future? What do you hope to build on what you've learned? Are you all looking to start another film?
So, like Manuel has said before, we have worked plenty of times in the past, and we thought, you know what, I think this is the time where we start something on our own. So, right after the Mistakes Showcase and the Honorable Mention Showcase, which we did win as well, we were like, let's start our own little production company.
Mm.
So, we have started Cinetex, which we're hoping to, write more of our own stuff, work together, bring a lot of the crew that we've worked with on the past for Break Even or any of the assignments we've done in our cinematography classes, directing classes, because HCC was really like the groundwork for a lot of this, and now we want to hopefully take our, Cinetex and, bring it somewhere else.
So who are some of your favorite directors?
For me, definitely Martin Scorsese
Mhm.
is like all-time number one.
Everything he makes. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not been a miss once, I don't think.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of his visual language has been
Yeah.
like inspired. I really like that about him. For me, I'd say a lot of Scorsese too. I've
Yeah.
been inspired by a lot of Scorsese. I do like a lot of the French New Wave as well,
Mm.
as far as visual language, and just showing more than telling.
Uh-huh.
I feel like has always been a thing that I really like. So we kind of both feed off each other.
That's great. One of my favorite Scorsese films is Kundun. I don't know.
Oh,
Like it,
yeah.
the visuals are
Yeah.
just incredible. So yeah. Yeah, I can understand why you all
He's a
really like him. What about like Wes Anderson, because
Oh,
he's all
yeah.
over
I
the
like Wes
place.
Anderson.
I like Wes Anderson. I mean, Fantastic Mr. Fox is one of my favorite movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just visual language. That's kind of been like my thing, at least when I approach writing as well. And I think Manny really helps me make that vision to life.
Great, great. Well, thank you both, Manuel Morales and Alex Garcia. We will have all your information in our post after the show. And yeah, we got to go find that film. I'm really curious to see how that whole Uno thing works
I
out.
hope you
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Well, coming up after a quick commercial break, I'll return with Save the Date announcements.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless, the caretakers our home deserves. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that when we all come together, the sky is the limit. It's time to speak up for nature.
Welcome back now to some announcements. HCC A-Leaf Anime Village Valentine's Day Party is coming up soon. Do you love anime? HCC A-Leaf Anime Village Club is hosting their annual Valentine's Day Party. Join the fun and connect with other students over your favorite anime, play exciting games, and enjoy plenty of delicious Valentine's Day candy. I wonder if they'll have a game of Uno breakout. Feel free to bring your favorite snacks and come ready to share, mingle, and have an amazing time. The party is happening Thursday, February 12th from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. at the HCC Ailey's Hayes Campus, room B121. And are you seeking a safe space or wanting to connect with a supportive community? HCC Southwest Counseling and Ability Services hosts AVDA, Domestic Violence Awareness, offering an opportunity to learn, connect, and access important resources. And that is happening Wednesday, February 11th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the HCC Stafford Campus Learning Hub that is located at 9910 Cash Road. So for more information, you can contact Layla Rucker at layla.rucker@hccs.edu. And HCC has Brave Talk Friends Need Help workshop that's open to students, faculty, and staff. Join us for this workshop focused on how to talk to friends about mental health. Brave Talk is free, skill-boosting training that empowers participants to become peer allies, support friends through mental health challenges, and challenge others to essential care. Connect others to essential care. Brave Talk is Thursday, February 12th from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Central College's W.W. Hammond Building in room 101. And next Saturday is the 5K Love Run. HCC Southwest and the City of Missouri City invite students, faculty, staff, and community members to come out and spread the love for a great cause. Join us for a day of fun, connection, and giving back, because a little love goes a long way. The Love Run is Saturday, February 7th, starting at 8 a.m. and finishing up at about 11 a.m. The run will take place at the HCC Missouri City campus that is located at 1600 Texas Parkway. And the Southwest Recreational Sports is hosting a free event for students to socialize, stay active, and focus on their health. Show your health some love and join us as we celebrate Heart Health Month. Come have some fun, get moving, and take care of your heart. The event is Tuesday, February 3rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the HCC Stafford campus. And next week, get ready to laugh. We're sitting down with local comedian who built their own success and found their own voice in comedy. So thank you for joining us. Stay safe and stay warm, and we will see you all next time.